What would happen if you left the universe? Have you ever wondered what would happen if it were possible to leave the universe? Get ready, because the answer is so absurd, it might trigger a small existential crisis. But before we begin this cosmic journey, make sure to subscribe to the channel and leave a like. It helps this video reach more people and motivates us to keep exploring the infinite together. From the size of the moon to the size of nothing, let's start where everything began for us, Earth. You might think the moon is just around the corner, but its average distance is 384,000 kilometers, enough to fit all the planets of the solar system between Earth and the moon, or to drive around the planet 10 times. If you could drive there at 100 km/h, it would take 160 days, and even so the moon keeps drifting away, about 4 centimeters per year, but that's nothing. Mars, our closest neighbor where humans might one day walk, is 600 times farther away than the moon, somewhere between 225 and 400 million kilometers, depending on its orbit. When the first human sets foot there, they'll be almost 1,000 times farther from Earth than the Apollo astronauts ever were, and if they sent us a message, it would take 20 minutes to arrive. But even Mars isn't the limit. The most distant human-made object is Voyager 1, currently 25 billion kilometers from home. It carries a golden record with photos and music from Earth, a kind of greeting card for any alien civilization that might find it. Before leaving the solar system, Voyager 1 took a photo called the pale blue dot, Earth, a tiny speck suspended in a sunbeam. Carl Sagan described that image with one of the most beautiful lines in science. That dot, that's home. That's where everyone you love, everyone you know, everyone you ever heard of, lived out their lives. Distances that defy time to go even farther. We need to change units, from kilometers to light years, the distance light travels in a year, 9.46 trillion kilometers. The closest star to the Sun is Proxima Centauri, 424 light-years away. Even if Voyager 1 headed that way, it would take 70,000 years to get there, and if you drove at 100 km/h, it would take 6 times the age of the universe. That's why it's unlikely humans will ever visit other stars in person. But maybe probes will. The Starshot project aims to launch microprobes powered by lasers, capable of reaching 20% the speed of light. If all goes well, by 2070, they might send us the first images of planets around Proxima Centauri, maybe even a selfie with a curious alien. The galactic scale of our insignificance. Now let's take a step back. Or rather, millions of light years back. This is the Milky Way, our galaxy. It's 100,000 light years across, with around 100 billion stars and possibly 100 billion planets. And all our noise, radio, TV, internet, forms just a tiny bubble about 200 light years wide around Earth. If there's a curious alien out there, they'd only hear us if they lived inside that small sphere. But what about the rest of the galaxy? Silence. That's the Fermi paradox. With so many planets, where is everyone? Maybe they're simply too far away. And even if we wanted to reach the nearest galaxy, Andromeda, it's 2.5 million light-years away, 25 times the size of the Milky Way. But don't worry about going there, Edwin. It's coming to us. In 4.5 billion years, the two galaxies will collide, forming new stars and maybe new forms of life. The home of infinite worlds. Zooming out even more, we see that the Milky Way is part of the local group with 54 neighboring galaxies. This group stretches across 10 million light-years. And even that is just one part of something bigger, the Virgo supercluster, about 200 million light-years wide. But everything here is being pulled, like by an invisible current, toward the Laniakea supercluster, a colossal region 520 million light-years across, home to 100,000 galaxies. And still, That's only a small piece of the observable universe, which spans 46.5 billion light-years in radius, or 93 billion across. There are around 2 trillion galaxies, containing more stars than all the grains of sand on Earth's beaches. But here's the most fascinating part. This is only the observable universe. Everything beyond that expands faster than the speed of light, which means we will never see it. Even if you traveled there, light itself wouldn't be able to keep up. Some scientists, like physicist Alan Guth, even suggest that the real universe could be up to 150 sextillion times larger than what we can observe. If the observable universe were the size of a light bulb, the real universe would be the size of Pluto. And if you left the universe? So, what if you actually left the universe? You'd cross the boundary of space and find nothing. No light, no matter, no time, absolute nothingness. But deep down there's something even more profound. You can't leave the universe because you are the universe. The atoms in your body were forged in the hearts of stars. Everything you are, everything that exists, is part of the same whole. Maybe life doesn't have a ready-made meaning, but maybe we are the universe trying to understand itself. And if that's true, then every breath, every thought, every glance at the sky is the universe recognizing itself. So before you go, leave a like, share this video with someone who also loves to look into the infinite, and subscribe to the channel to keep exploring the mysteries of the cosmos with me. See you in the next video. And until then, remember, you are not in the universe. You are the universe.